Hello YouTube. Well, seeing as knitting vlog number 1 worked, this is now knitting vlog number 2, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of history with me in regard to knitting. I love to knit, I love to quilt, and I dabble in all sorts of other crafts when the mood's upon me, but at the moment it's most definitely knitting. My mum taught me how to knit when I was 8. I remember doing it for about an hour. Didn't do it anymore until after I had my first child, so that was a fairly long gap. But now you can't stop me from knitting. I knit virtually every day. So I'll show you a few of the things that I have knit. These are fairly old, but most of the stuff that I knit I give away. So, and mostly it's baby clothes. I love knitting baby clothes because it's instant gratification. Quick, easy, you don't need too much yarn to make something, and that's my favourite. I just really enjoy knitting baby clothes. And what was I going to say? My mind's gone blank. Oh, I don't like complicated patterns. I don't do ferrule. Anything I have to think too hard about, I don't do it, because knitting is my zen, and if it gets too complicated, there goes the zen. Okay, now this is the first thing I want to show you. My grandkids love this. This was a Smelly Belly doll. It's got a little lavender sachet sewn into its belly, which needs revitalizing with some lavender oil again. And the whole idea is that the little child snuggles up to it when it sleeps, and the lavender scent, the aromatherapy, should make it sleepy. Of course, if you overdo lavender, it has the opposite effect and stimulates them. So got to be a little bit careful about the amount that you use. Okay, so this is Smelly Belly Dolly. I've made heaps of these. I'm in the process of making another one. She's waiting for an outfit. That was requested by my niece, and she's a little bit more adult, I'd say, than this little one here. So, but this is the only remaining completed one in this house at the moment. That's not true. There's another one on my wardrobe, but she needs some work done with it because the dog's got to her and chewed her eyes out and things like that, so I'm going to try and rescue her. The next thing I made with some leftover yarn was this blanket for just a kid's blanket for a pram blanket. Mainly I had my granddaughter in mind when I made this, because when I was a kid I loved nothing better than the whole dressing up the dolls, wheeling them around in the pram thing, and so she's the one I had in mind. I just find it far more interesting to knit for girls than I do for boys, because you have such a wider range of prettiness and colour choices. Next thing, this I probably can't give away anymore. This I made because the yarn was on special for something like 40 cents a ball, and I couldn't go past that. So I needed 4 balls to make this scarf. And you've probably seen thousands of these around, because I think people went through phases of making these scarves. I think myself I've made about 8 of the things, even though I don't really enjoy making this at all. I find it a little bit too, I don't know, it doesn't go smooth. It's so thin, like the little yarns are thin, and so it's easier to skip. Oh my goodness, sorry, itchy nose. And the last thing I'm going to show you today is, I'm so proud of this. This is my very first ever felted bag. It was meant to be the market bag. There was a free pattern on, I think it was knitty.com, and it was called the market bag. But I knitted the sides up a lot more than the pattern called for, because I love great big bags that you can put loads of things in. And it felted out brilliantly. The thing is, I think this bag cost me about $70 in yarn, so it's definitely not something you just whip up to save some money, unless you found maybe recycled wool jumpers that you could use. But yeah, this is definitely like a one of a kind. I won't be buying $70 or $80 worth of yarn anymore, or wool anymore, in order to make myself a felted bag. It's going to be definitely leftovers. And that's it. Signing off. Probably do my next video on Monday for the, cast off crew. So, until then, bye, and thank you for watching.